I'm reading this article from Forbes Magazine dated June 8th, 2023. It's about real estate. The title says Housing Market Predictions for 2023. Anytime someone's making a prediction, I want to see what they're saying. And will the home prices be affordable again? So yes, we all know that the prices have risen drastically in the last few years. But it's a long article, and the first couple of paragraphs are about a lot of nothing. And I'd like to quote some of it. They're talking about pending home sales flat, existing home sales sagged in April. Guys, this is an article in June, so they're talking about home sales sagging in April. Medium existing home sales edged lower year over year for the third consecutive month. Home prices remain stubbornly elevated. Median prices versus home prices, two completely different things. Home prices not as high as those of June 2022. Data suggests that whether home prices dip or climb this year remains region specific. So a whole lot of nothing, guys. This is a lot of nothing. The article goes on to talk about many other things and shares so many stats. I'm just going to paraphrase that for you here because it'll be a lot easier to understand. The first thing is just a quick synopsis of the current market. The demand far exceeds supply. The inventory levels are really low, and so the volume of transactions has dropped, but the prices have remained steady or gone even slightly higher. So, there are just not enough homes on the market, and anytime that happens, the multiple bids will continue. So one of the things they talk about is builder confidence. The builder confidence is increasing. Remember, the builders had a really tough time during COVID where they were locked into certain prices for their homes when they made the contracts with the buyers. By the time they built the home, the cost of the supplies had shot through the roof. The labor market was really tough and supply chain was greatly impacted. So the builders are reeling from that still. They just can't turn things around quick. So the builder confidence was really low, and it's slowly building back up, but there's just not enough new builds, especially in our market as well. Not much new construction happening at all, which is what is adding to the low inventory crisis that we have going. Another thing is the comparison with the crash of, from 12 years ago. 2008 and 2009, people are still wary and they're like, is the market going to crash? Are we leading into a recession? Are the prices going to nosedive? Those are some of those clickbait articles, stuff that you will see in the social media and the news articles. No, the market is not going to crash. The real estate is very strong right now. We caused, mortgage lending caused the last recession. But if somebody can get us out of the recession, if we get into a recession now, it'll be real estate. Because real estate is very, very strong. The labor market is very strong, so people's affordability is great. They have jobs. Secondly, the lending standards have not dropped. So it is, the subprime mess that caused the problems last time, but the people who are getting mortgages now are very well qualified to get them. Those lending standards have stayed put, and people have a lot of equity in their homes. When your home is worth a lot more now than when you bought it, well, the amount that you owed on it becomes a smaller and smaller percentage of the home value. So your equity is rising. So it's not going to be a recession, and it's not going to be a nosedive in prices or a market crash in real estate. So let's talk a little bit about the regional specific trends. Real estate is local, always. So the trends are that the migration patterns that were caused by COVID, people moved to the low cost areas because they figured, hey, if I'm working from home, why should I have to stay in the high cost, high tax areas? I'm going to move to low cost areas, right? And now the trend seems to be reversing. It is, return to office, RTO as they are called. So people who thought that they were going to be working from home are called back into the office. So we're going to see the migration patterns shift again. There's a lot of political conversations happening in a variety of states, and that may cause another level of migration. So it remains to be seen how that impacts. The tech sector, has had a very strong layoffs. The tech sector has been hurting a little bit. So markets like Austin, Seattle, San Francisco are going to see some price drops for sure because of that situation. Whereas the rest of the country, even Miami, Florida, even North Carolina, and the vacation home areas like Myrtle Beach and all, they're doing really well, and their prices have been rising because That's where people are moving to. So we'll see these migration patterns shift the numbers in the next couple of years. The numbers always come out in hindsight, and it'll be interesting to see where they land. So at the end of the day, what does this ultimately mean for buyers and sellers? So home sellers, do not put your plans on hold. Real estate decisions follow life decisions. If in your life you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life, if you want to move closer to family, closer to work, downsize from a home that you can't maintain, don't put that decision on hold because you think, oh, the mortgage rates are too high and nobody's buying. That is simply not true. The demand is out there. You will sell your home at top dollar if you list it now. The key is the value of the home lies in its location, its condition, and what's happening in the market. So right now, the market is in your favor. The location and condition, you don't really have much control over. In fact, condition, like move-in ready homes are getting very competitive with multiple bids. Updated homes, of course, everybody wants them. But even if you haven't updated your home, and even if they need, it is a little dated and not quite, move-in ready, the market is a little forgiving. It will reflect in the price, but the buyers are still not having too many choices, and you will still sell at a premium because there's just too low an inventory. So, talk to your realtor. It is important to price the home right and still market it as well as you can in this market. Marketing is back again. You just can't throw it into the MLS and hope that it sells. You need to be having a realtor who knows what they're doing. For buyers, what this really means is, again, the same thing in reverse. Please understand that the inventory is really low. So match your expectations with what's out there in the market. Get a good realtor who will help you explain all of that. Like I do a lot of Zoom calls with my clients, my buyer clients, and match what they're looking for with what's really out there. It's one thing to want everything in a home. Everybody wants young, updated, move-in ready, but that's simply not available. So what is plan B, and what are the prices looking like? You cannot make an aggressive offer to win a multiple bid on a property unless you're 100% sure that that is the home for you. And within, one walkthrough in 2 days, how are you going to make sure? That's something only you and your realtor can work out. You have to be confident that this is your house and then make an aggressive offer to win multiple bids. So hope this was helpful. That's the market in a nutshell. Of course, real estate is personal and local. Stay in touch with your realtor and they'll be the best resource to guide you.